Alright guys, so obviously as you can tell, we're going to be working on the old S13 today, but first of all, I have to go ahead and paint some calipers on this Impreza. Currently they're, well, that side's already done. This side I still have to complete. This is how they look currently, just silver. The guy wants them in red, so what we did is we painted them red. If any of you guys like are local and want me to do this or want this done to your car, whatever color, red, black, silver, anything, pink, purple, green, whatever, let me know. Be more than happy to help you out and get your car looking real nice. It definitely makes a huge difference, especially on like a car like this. It's good. So I'm gonna get to work. I'm not really gonna film, but we're gonna get this done first, and then we'll move on to the oil cooler for the S13. So should be a pretty productive day. So let's get to it. Alright guys, what is happening? Gorgeous out today though. I'm squinting super hard right now. I should probably have my sunglasses on, but I'd rather not talk to you guys with my glasses on. So we're gonna get started right off the bat. I was kind of debating on where we're gonna locate this guy. Yeah, there's really not too much room, and there's a bit of cutting we're gonna have to do. I want to do some ducting for the bumper to get it, get some direct ram air into the cooler. So I have everything I need. We'll go over all the stuff that I have, everything that you guys are gonna need if you want to do the same setup as me, because this is a budget, super kind of, well, let's just put it this way. Mishimoto, for all of you guys know who Mishimoto is, they're asking about $510 for an RB oil cooler setup. Now, I believe I pieced my whole kit for 120, 150, under $200, okay? So, and it's just gonna be just as good, if not better, than the Mishimoto setup. So, let's just show you guys what we have here, and we'll just get started, you know what I mean? So, let's get to it. You know what, guys, before we even get started, this needs to change. All of this needs to go, so let's clean it up. Yep, a little bit better. 8. Let's go set up all we need. Let's do that. Alright. There we have it. Alright guys, now I'll have everything here in the description for you. That box just popped out of nowhere. I'll have everything linked in the description so you guys can go ahead and grab the same kit for your build. This is not RB specific. This is universal. So this is obviously universal 16-row stacked plate cooler. This is a Series 10,000 from Derail. This is a really high quality cooler, really nice, and this is with 10 AN fittings. Now this is perfect size for my application. Really thick core, surprisingly. I think it's about 2.5 inches thick. Then we have our 10 AN fittings, which these are just kind of no-name, honestly eBay fittings, and they'll work fine. I've used these before in other applications, and they don't have problems. They're pretty simple. And these ones actually are made in the US, so that's another little plus. And then here, I've had this for a while now. This is a oil plate sandwich adapter from Phase 2 Motor Trend. Bada boom. I've had this honestly ages, and this one has obviously as well the 10 AN fittings on the bottom to adapt from the cooler. Now, no, I'm not going to be putting my cooler on the outside with the lines going in, although that would look pretty badass. I just don't think it would really fit the whole style of this build. So I had a few options. I was gonna maybe see if I can fit it in front of the intercooler. I was gonna see if I could fit it in between. Oh, I actually took this off, by the way. I forgot about that. Make it easier. I was going to stick it in between here, between the radiator and the intercooler. However, there's really not much room for that, and I don't know, I just really would like some nice ram air going to it. So that leaves me with one option, really. This side of the whole car is basically off limits because we're going to be doing a ducting intake from the bumper all the way ducting into the engine bay for some nice ice cold air for the turbo. So that leaves us with the passenger side. Now, if I can actually get you guys under here. So I'm thinking we kind of sneak it up in this corner here, in the general area. And that way I can cut a hole in my bumper in here, in there, in here, which right there, this is so tricky. Cut that out, and that way we have just straight direct ram air feeding in. Now, so it doesn't look all sketchy, I'm gonna see if I can look up like a little, I don't know, we'll measure a little dimension right here, and if I can find like a little border of an edge of like a little trim piece, we'll go ahead and stick that around the edges, and it'll look super clean and almost factory. And then we can put a little bit of mesh, some grill mesh in there. I don't have that piece right now, but I will look up what's available so I can cut the whole 2 sides. And then, sorry, we're all over the place with this video, but I bought me some $10 dryer ducting 4-inch tube, expandable, literally only $10, like $8 or something like that. And you can bend it and mold it and stretch it into whatever shape you want. So that's gonna be cool for like ducting wise and stuff like that. I don't know if we'll need it for this specific job, but it's here for our intake. So first things first, we're probably gonna take the front bumper off, but I want to kind of mock up where the oil cooler is gonna go and just get a general sense, because I don't want it to be in the way of the bumper. So let's cut the talking. Sorry, I've been rambling. Full of energy today. I was supposed to do this yesterday, but then got caught up in helping some buddies, and we finished off the brake calipers on the Subaru, which looked great. So if any of you guys are interested in something like that, let me know. But yeah, let's just continue and figure out where we're gonna put this cooler at. All right, so for those of you that I guess don't have really an idea how AN fittings work, I'll show you guys quickly. I'll try to make it quick and simple though. Take these 2 guys off. Then you're gonna be working with this guy initially. They already have some duct tape on it. Now you wanna put some sort of tape on it just to keep everything together so you're not kind of fraying ends. So we're gonna try and use the duct tape and see if we can kind of put this guy inside and get her fitting really nice. Twist and just keep working it on there. It'll go on eventually. So you guys can kind of tell that the hose is right at the top. You want it to be as far as it can go. And then a little trick as well, what you guys can do is you turn it counterclockwise and it actually like threads it in almost, as weird as that sounds, if that makes any sense. Turn it counterclockwise and it'll thread itself in slowly. It might take some time. This probably took me about 5 minutes to do, but she's on there now, you know. And then you take your other end and you basically thread this in, but you want to be careful it doesn't pop the hose back out. What I do is put a little layer of tape right around the edge to make sure that the hose doesn't slip out on its way, you know what I mean? So just little tips and tricks. All right, and there you guys have it. This lighting is really weird in here. I'm so sorry. Does this help? Nope. So as you guys can see, a little bit of a gap. You don't want to get them butted up together. Don't know the exact gap you want, but that's good enough. So that's fine. And now we're gonna go ahead and cut it to length. We'll do the same. We got 3 more to go. So what do you guys think? A little exterior mount? Nah, we can't do that. It'd be cool though. Oh, don't you guys just love working by yourself? Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. All right, so these lines, we'll route these where we kind of want them right now. Something like this is what it's gonna end up looking like. So just so you guys kind of have a rough idea. I'm gonna get to work on making some bracketry, alright? I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, so this is what I got so far. Kinda got it in there, mocked up. It's black, so it's not really gonna be the greatest thing to see. That's like the only way you guys can kind of see things, and of course it's not focused. So as you guys can see here, have a little bracket I made here. Got it bolted really nice, and we also have this kind of sketchy, I mean it holds just fine, but it doesn't look that epic. We have that bracket in the back. Now I'm thinking I might go ahead and build another little brace right here just to kind of give it a little bit more rigidity. Probably will, you know what I'm saying? So that's that, and now we'll go ahead and kind of get our lines routed where we wanted. Now this is super close up in here, but I've been actually kind of messing with the motor by hand, and it actually doesn't hit at all, so it's close. Obviously you want to make sure you're clear of everything. It's definitely taking a lot longer than I thought, just with placement and stuff like that, but now we got this. We'll also, you know, we'll clean out the oil cooler. I don't really believe that there's anything in it, but we'll make sure it's all clean. Clean out the lines, get those all nice and nice. And yeah, then we'll go ahead and fill the cooler with oil just so we kind of get it, you know, so there's not like an empty spot within, you know, in the system. Fill the lines up as much as we can, get our sandwich plate on, and I guess we're almost done. Well, not almost done, but we're getting there, guys. It's hard to tell that it's even there, but she there. Oh, come on. one-handed, man. This is just... Oh my gosh. I'm trying to show you guys how I'm doing this, but I can't. Oh no. Oh. What a fail. This is so frustrating sometimes. Alright, there we go. She is in there and sturdy as hell. So we got these two brackets holding up front, and we have this rear bracket in the rear. The one bracket in the rear. And that's good enough. So now we're gonna go ahead and work with the sandwich adapter plate. We'll go ahead and rip the old one off, make a little bit of a mess, hopefully not too much, and we will continue on. A little bit of tip for those of you guys that when you take off your oil filter, to not make so much of a mess and not get oil draining all over your subframe, I just go ahead and just take out the newspaper, cardboard. This time it's like some painters, and basically it just kind of creates like a little bit of a shield and like a little galleyway for all the oil to stream out, so it doesn't get all over everything. So that's just kind of a heads up if you guys want to try that at home. And you guys kind of see what I'm saying? Just kind of acts like a little slide, you know, and then you all drip it down into the pan instead of all your subframe. So very nice. Alright guys, we got our new piece all good to go, cleaned up, ready to be installed. There goes my O-ring. Definitely want to make sure you have that in there. So yeah, I got my oil pressure sender unit in there. We also have the temperature sensor, which is still kind of dangling because I can't really disconnect without chopping the wire. So we'll go ahead and pop that in, screw it in, tighten it down, and then we'll go ahead and install this guy. And then we're moving. So get this in there, get the lines installed, and we're almost done, guys. So looking pretty good. Alright, well, we got our two lines all complete, all fitted up, lengthened to the size. Only thing left to do, guys, is put it all together, fill it up with oil, and we're done. So actually, no, scratch that. Last thing I want to do is just clean out my oil cooler. I know there's probably nothing in it because it's a good quality one, but just to be safe, you know what I mean? Why not? So we clean the lines out, might as well clean out the cooler. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and prime it up a little bit with some oil. Fill her up, you know. Alright, she's done, boys, and it's starting to rain, so that was perfect timing. I might have to close up shop until the rain passes now, unfortunately, which kind of bums me out, but at least we got it done in time. So we'll go ahead and make sure all the fittings are tight, and we'll fire her up, and then obviously we prime the core, and then we'll check the oil again. But for now, success, you know what I'm saying, Bubs? Alright guys, I'm gonna fire her up, and from there we'll check for leaks, alright? Kind of wash the fittings a little bit and see if I can find any wet spots or leaks coming out from these two or from our sandwich plate. I can't really bring you guys along. I can show you guys here. It looks like here we're... Alright guys, so no leaks here. However, it seems like we have a little bit of a leak up in here. You guys see that oil down there? On the sandwich plate itself. I think the actual fittings on the sandwich plate might be a little bit loose or not tight enough. So that's the only thing I can find, but I mean that's very, very, very minor, and it's hardly seeping out. So we'll shut her down. It's starting to rain, so I'm gonna clean up. Should be almost the end of this video. So yeah, I'm stoked. This is definitely gonna be really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up right quick, and I'll be right back. Sure, a bunch you're gonna comment on my my fly ass flip flops. Don't hate, don't you hate. None of that. Ho-ho, gents and ladies, of course. I'm getting rained on, but the fact that you can't even see it is pretty cool. You know? Pretty neat. And I did go ahead and tighten up those fittings with just like maybe a 1/16 of just a nip. And we're good. It is raining. I'm gonna reel the car inside, and we're gonna call it for today. This video is like 15 minutes long already, so I'm gonna cut today's video off, and then we're gonna start tomorrow's video up where we left off today. So that means we'll continue on with fitting the bumper. We will get the ducting kind of cut in place. We'll also try and fix our shifter gasket. We have some other little mods and little, you know, additions to do to the car in tomorrow's video. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Come back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern to check out the new video. Make sure you guys turn on notifications. Subscribe if you guys are new. Like, hit that share button, comment down below, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Thanks for watching. See you later. Peace.